Hey guys, I just want to make a quick video on what qualifies a homeowner for a solar set. First of all, like they have to have some sort of pain, right? They have to own their home. I specifically have my pitch. Hey, it comes down to three things. You have to own your home. You have to have room in your meter. And that's mostly like they're willing to engage with me and move. You know, let's go look at your meter. And then you have to be using enough power to justify it. So I say 300 kilowatt hours a month. And that's pretty accurate. Like if they're not using at least 300 kilowatt hours a month, there's not a whole lot we can do for them. So I would say that's $1,500 a year. So if it's a true up bill, it needs to be at least $1,500 for us to save them money. And if it's a non-true up bill, then their average bill needs to be at least $125 a month. So if you have a lead that doesn't have at least $125 a month in electric usage, then you shouldn't be pitching savings. So at that point, you don't have a lead. It doesn't qualify. So you should never send a closer to appointments like that unless it meets the following criteria I'm going to tell you, which is basically you throw them a bone and you see if they have other pain points. Yeah, you know, it's going to be a little bit more than what you're paying, but the reason everyone's been signing up is there's no install cost and you're actually going to own it. So for example, for you guys, you're paying $100. If you bought solar and batteries, we would just do 7 panels and a battery, and you'd be looking at 110. Does that sound good? So it's basically not a lead, but you as a setter are going to throw them a bone and just see if they like that price. And they're going to say no. You know, no, let me think about it. You know, let me talk to my wife. Sure. I mean, we're just here today. If you guys can help me out and get on the list, and I can send over the site survey guy, then we can waive the install fee and literally do it at no cost. So then it's like a special offer, and that's when you have that looping process that we talk about ready to go. But most importantly, it's like, guys, if you don't have a customer with a $2,000 bill, $1,500 bill, you don't have a lead. So walk away and go find a real lead. If you're certain that this person's going to buy anyways, then throw them a bone and see if they'll buy. Okay, well, it's going to be $110 a month. Well, you can build some value. You know, well, we're going to do 7 panels up there and 2 batteries for you. What you're going to love about the system is it is going to have backup capability, not for the whole house, but you're going to get your Wi-Fi, you're going to get your lights, and we can back up your fridge and freezer. Does that sound good? Or is that something that you would, and I wouldn't give them the expectation it's going to save them money, right? You're paying $90, $100. This is going to be $110 a month. Is that something you're interested in? Yeah, if you could make that happen for no money out of pocket, I would do it. So basically, you had a non-qualified lead. I'm giving you a path to throw a bone and see if you can make something out of that. Or even if it's a super low bill, like let's say it's $400 a year true up bill, you could try to build pain around 2 things. Like one is people just wish they had a battery. So like, man, you guys have solar with no battery? Why? Well, they didn't give you a battery? Why? Okay. So when the grid goes down, you lose power? Yeah, so you have all the solar power, but you still lose power when the grid goes down. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Yeah, we can get you a battery. We have a great program going right now where we can get you a battery for $88 a month. Does that sound fair? So again, like this isn't a very sexy lead. They don't have a big problem. When you don't have a lot of pain and you don't have a big problem, then you're not going to be able to make a lot of money, right? And we're out here to make money. We're out here to pay our bills. And so part of that is we have to find people that have a real problem. So you're throwing a bone to qualify and see if they would just buy something kind of at a lower rate. And you can make it sound sexy still. Normally, if you were to call us out, you're looking at $1,500 just to get started. Then after that, it's $100 a month. Since we're already here, we're willing to waive the installation fee and get you all the way down to just $88. Does that sound fair? And if they're like, yeah, that sounds fair, then yeah, set them up to do the paperwork, or you can help do the paperwork right there. You can call me and we can help them with you. So I'll try to create a synopsis of this, but long story short, guys, they're not that hard to find. You do have to hit more doors. Right? If you're working for 6 hours a day, you should be getting 120 doors. I know that because that's what I get. You should have a Segway. That's what you should do. And if you're doing less than that and you're still not getting deals, you're simply, the data is written very clearly, you're simply not talking to qualified buyers. You're not talking to people with pain. You're not checking credit earlier enough. You're trying to sell everyone instead of looking for someone who has a problem. There's someone in your hood that has a problem, and you're selling solar. So you got to understand this is a bigger thing, right? It's like real estate. You're not going to go sell everyone fiber and try to sell everyone solar. We're going to go knock just as many doors and we're only going to get one deal, but our commission's going to be 10 times, right? So it's a different dynamic. You have to understand that you're looking for the right customer and what that right customer looks like. And pain's a big point, and just whether or not they have a big bill is a big point. Like, you don't have to overthink it. Do they have a big bill? If not, don't think about it too much. You're throwing a bone because you just want them to say no so you can move on. Because what you can do, think and spin your wheels on that deal, and it's not going to go anywhere, right? Like, that deal's not going to go anywhere. You spin your wheels on it, and you go look at it after you worked on it for 10 hours. It's only a $500 commission because they don't have a big problem, right? Because it's not a big problem. They're only paying $400 a year for a true-up. Some people will just buy because it's an opportunity and they wanted a battery anyways. So that's where you're going to throw them a bone, and you're going to close hard because you want them to say no. You'll close hard a few times because if it's a no, then let's get off the door, right? Let's not talk to them for longer than 2 minutes ever without closing. Yeah, it's going to look like this. We'll come out on Thursday. We'll have it all done for you. What was your last name? Oh, Arita, no, I'm not interested. I didn't talk to my wife. Okay, add some more value. You should have 11 features and benefits ready to go for battery only. And yeah, so this is mainly to address this problem of setting up leads that we're hopeful for, when in reality that just wasn't a lead and it shouldn't have been set. You should have been, okay, this is not a qualifying bill. I'm sorry that we're doing all this stuff like data centers and batteries that make you think that we can sell everyone. Sorry, that's kind of complicated things. But I want to zoom in here. Anything less than $1,500, that's probably not your lead. Just in case they would have bought anyways, you're going to ask them to 7 times, right? And then you'll know for sure, and you can move on with your life with a beautiful no. A lot of times you're working out there, hopefully you're working 40 hours, and your goal is to find as many no's as you can. I'm just here to find the no's. I'm here to qualify and disqualify. Talk to Miguel. Miguel's been getting a deal a week, and that's a big part of what he does. I'm here to qualify and disqualify. Like, I got to see, you might not even be, like, you probably aren't a good fit. And I'm going to find that out pretty quick so I can move on.